He's the 2007 recipient of a top award from the Military Officers Association of America. But in an award ceremony Tuesday evening, actor Gary Sinise told the crowd the honor goes to our service members serving overseas. Air Force Sergeant Dave Scott has more on the man we see on television and many troops see in person.
Our final award tonight is to Mr. Gary Sinise. Would you please come up and join us?
He spent the better part of his career, if not his life, on the stage before the camera. Tuesday night was no different as members of the Military Officers Association of America honored actor and singer Gary Sinise.
I kind of have a hard time, with this kind of thing because I just feel that my duty as an American and somebody who can do something, should do something, and so I'm out there trying my best to give back to those who are serving our country so bravely, knowing the dangers, volunteering continuously, and going out to very, very dangerous areas to serve in our armed forces.
And Mr. Sinise is no stranger to those places himself. He's entertained troops in 22 countries, including Korea, Afghanistan, Iraq, and each time, upon his return, his efforts continue.
Mr. Sinise, after seeing firsthand the conditions in Iraq, started Operation Iraqi Children. Through this charitable organization, schools in the United States can organize their own drives to collect and send badly needed classroom materials and supplies to the children of Iraq.
Fueling his fire, Sinise's dedication to the troops and the memory of a time in history when gratitude was far from abundant.
We all remember what it was like for our Vietnam veterans to come home from war. It was bad enough to have to go through what they had to go through, but then they had to come home to the United States, an ungrateful nation, and face a very divided society here. Our citizens were torn apart, and they took it out on our veterans from Vietnam.
Sinise's pledge to make sure such a homecoming never happens again. Air Force Sergeant Dave Scott, Pentagon Channel News.
Gary Sinise wasn't the only one honored by the Military Officers Association. 5 members of Congress were also recognized for their dedication to the troops. Air Force Sergeant Ed Cook continues our coverage.
For his 8 years of leadership in the Senate Armed Services Committee, the Military Officers Association honored Senator John Warner, a veteran himself who calls his years in the service unforgettable ones.
And I would not have been able to have achieved the goals in life that I have modestly achieved had it not been for what the military did for me.
Also honored, Congressman Chet Edwards and Congressman Walter Jones for efforts to protect health benefits for military retirees and their families.
I'm so humbled by this. I'm honored to be just in the same room with so many people who serve our country. You cannot thank those who have worn the uniform or those who are wearing the uniform enough for their service.
And Senators Frank Lautenberg and Chuck Hagel, both are veterans.
I treasure my years in uniform and the services of those who serve so loyally.
Both were honored for championing legislation to better the lives of the military and their families.
We don't ever want to allow a time in this country where we disconnect our professional military from society.
Air Force Sergeant Ed Cook, Pentagon Channel News.
And there's still more news ahead on Around the Services. We'll be right back on the Pentagon Channel.